Hello, gamers. We're going to try for the day 1 blueprints run along with under an hour. Baron? That's weird. I skipped the cutscene at a weird time. Anyway, so you want to grab the blueprint, and then you want to go in the left door. You will always have these 3 options for your first door on day 1. We're going to pick the hallway, and we're going to go to the far left, bottom left corner room. And I'm going to pick the storeroom here. You typically want to pick a room that's like really bulky and like fully fills the frame. Lavatory is kind of a little bit smaller. Pantry doesn't fit this as well. So we're going to do the storeroom. And you don't even need to go into it. So we're going to back out. And we're going to come back out to the entrance. So our main goal here is we're going to try to do a speed run skip to basically skip straight to the tunnel with the lever for room 46, and then we're going to try and skip back to the antechamber from there. The hardest part is this little trick right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over, and you want to mash R2 and triangle on controller. I'm not 100% what triangle does because I don't think it does anything in the game, but we want to sprint with L2, and then as we're sprinting we want to mash triangle and R2, and basically just try to get a little bit of air here. And once you've got in the air, you can just mash R2 instead. And we're going to try and go over the small banister here. And I did not do it, so that's good. It's still tough. I've only done it a couple times. So you want to try and get in the air. The goal is you want to get up on this banister. I think you can do it up here, technically, but I try to go a little bit lower because I find it a little bit easier. But the goal is that once we get to these rocks, there's no, like, boundary protection on the top of it, so that once you get on top of the rocks you can clip through the wall. So I should mention, I should have mentioned this earlier, so I apologize. This method is going to involve a lot of spamming the blueprint button over and over and over again. So if this is something that can aggravate a condition you have in some way, like flashing lights or anything like that, please be careful and do not watch further. Turn to audio. But let's continue. So we're gonna try and mash this. The goal is like the second you like get above the stair to get a little bit of air, and then the blueprint will carry you further. And you want to try to aim here. There we go. And once we're inside the rock, we want to go through here. You'll see the small little tunnel there. That's not. I don't know why this spawns. I think it's because I start so low to the ground that it like spawns because I'm so close to it. What we're gonna do here is you see this little green pillar here. This is directly under the storeroom. On my map, so this is directly under the bottom left. So we're going to try to get over there, and to do that we're going to spam the blueprint button so that we kind of hover in the air. Doing this is going to let us kind of break through the game a little bit. So it doesn't matter, you're going to probably like not have enough speed to get below, or to get to it pretty quickly, but as long as you're doing it with a pretty decent pace, even if you're like under it, as soon as you reach where it like reaches down, it will spawn you back up, like right here. So I'm behind the storeroom right now in the corner. Where I want to be is I want to get to the boat. So you see the boat right there. You want to fall through it and then kind of hover over to it. And if you can, try and change the camera while you're doing this. It's not too hard. Just kind of feather it a little bit. And you can see there that the tunnel has spawned. So we want to go back towards the storeroom, and if we hit this wall here again, it should spawn us back up top. There we go. So now that you're back up top, you want to walk along the left side here, and we're aiming for this little lip here. And once you get here, you can kind of just follow this right along this path, which is super easy. And we're going to aim towards the left side here, and you want to see the tunnel. Basically, as soon as you can make the jump for it, we're going to kind of fall off and then feather it if you need to. And we want to aim right in the middle of the tunnel, and you'll fall right through the ceiling and clip right through. So that's a big section done right there. Now this eliminates the need for the antechamber, like to unlock the antechamber, at least for the moment. So this should work if you're trying to do dare mode as well, if you don't really want to mess with that. You might have some trouble with curse mode because it does tend to eat up a lot of steps doing this, because when you bound in between the room, it'll take a step every time. So you might be able to do it on curse mode, but I would recommend getting a big surplus of steps before you attempt it, maybe from a sauna, or maybe just like grabbing the nursery and grabbing a bunch of steps, or grabbing the guest room, or eating a bunch of food, maybe getting the conference room and then the secret garden. But there's a couple different ways to do it, but there is a couple different sections here that will take steps, so that'll be your biggest barrier. So once we're done with this, we're gonna walk back, and we gotta change the direction of the platform again, since it's gonna be kind of vanilla from here. But if you look out, you'll notice it doesn't quite look right, because nothing is really spawned in the way it's supposed to. So we just need to exit out the normal door from here, and we should fall through the floor again. And so we're going to aim back towards our tried and true area and our green block. And we're going to try to shoot back up towards the storeroom again. So we're going to go from here. Again, it doesn't have to be the storeroom. It basically just needs to be a room that just takes up the entire space. And that should work. I've also seen it done with the guest room. So we're aiming for that big block right there, even though it looks a little weird right now. Same method as always. We're gonna hold down the sprint button and then mash the blueprint thing. And this should shoot us right back up. The main reason we want to do this specific spot is that this spot is easily accessible from both to get to the tunnel and to get back. So aim right here, and here we are. We're back up top. So now that we've done this, we want to go back to where our path is. We're going to follow it again, but this time we're going to go a little bit differently. So we're going to try to just skip around the entire property and go to the antechamber at the end. This is where I'm a little bit iffy. I kind of got this to work last time, but I've had some trouble with it too. It usually will start to give you some trouble. You want to try and stay along the boundary line here. And you're going to pop off like right around here. That's where the antechamber is supposed to be. And you're going to start feathering it from here. You should have, or should be able to get it without too much trouble. Just kind of hang to the side as much as you can. And it should shoot you up at some point. Maybe today, even. I have had trouble getting this to work previously, so I'm not super good at it. I might not have the right spot for it, actually. Can I get back up this way, though? It's looking a little rough. Okay. So you can fall through the floor, and I think I might be about to do that now. But I think I need to find the spot for the antechamber specifically. This is where I'm a little rusty. Yeah, I think I might have missed it. Oh, nope, here we go. So, once you get back up here, you want to just kind of walk around the side, and then just as soon as you touch the antechamber door, there you go. And then you get the ending cutscene. And it kind of plays out from here. I'll skip ahead just to show that it does work. Alrighty, and here we go. As you can see, we got a couple little rewards on our table waiting for us. Since this is from a brand new profile, you get the one just for getting to room 46. You'll also get the trophy of speed and the trophy. He was number one. The trophy, or the day one trophy, and then this trophy doesn't really matter. You should have it by now anyway. So the main thing I would say is, if these are your last trophies, you're not quite done yet. You'll need to go back to your main profile, the one that's not Dare, not Curse, and not the day one. You'll need to go into the Blackrock Grotto, get the admin password, which I think is more something. I don't remember off the top of my head, which this isn't a guide for that, so I don't have to. But you need to go into the Blackrock Grotto, and there'll be a thing where you can import data. And if you're on the main, profile, you want to import it from the other three profiles and then call it a day. And then once you get into the trophy room, you'll have the trophy of trophies, trophy on the desk in there. And once you pick that up, it'll pop the last one and then pop the platinum as well. But don't forget to call it a day just to make sure the game saves once you've picked up the trophies. Otherwise, you'll have to reload, and it's not too bad. You'll just reload back to where I just was, so you'll have to pick up the trophies again. But it's just something to remember. And once you save and continue, you should be good. That was my short, quick guide on how to get around the day 1 trophy. Honestly, I really wanted to do the day 1 legitimately. After about 12 hours of attempting it, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I got too frustrated trying to get a run that had the tomb or the pool and the pump room, and also opening the antechamber, maybe get the power hammer to help. There's too many dependencies. I kept comparing it to feeling like you needed to roll 3 D100s and get 100 on all 3. It's just insane RNG. I just didn't enjoy it. So once I found that, this is surprisingly easy to do. Because originally I was like, I don't know if I can do speedrun skips, but it's really not that hard. It's just kind of one boundary break, and then you go from there. So hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed, and hope you enjoyed the game. Enjoy the platinum. Bye-bye.